Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Leos here in early December? We're getting towards the back end of the year, into the holiday season. What's happening? Let's take a little peek at the energies, messages, insights, and yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo, please. What's going on in early December? What is the vibe? What's the energy around, my friends? Please. Pardon me. All right, the deck is being a little specific here. Usually the cards are flying out at me when I start Leo reading, but all right, I like specifics. Okay, so this energy is a little bit heavy. I don't think it's anything we need to be super concerned with. Just make sure you're recharging the batteries and not really depleting yourself when I see this type of vibe here in the front end. It is a very heavy type of vibe, similar to the Ten of Wands, and we'll talk about this a little more in depth. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So we see the imagery here. There's an individual and they have another person literally on their back. So similar to the Ten of Wands, which is a card of someone carrying a big bundle of sticks, it's pretty heavy. So whether this is mentally, emotionally, physically, there is a burdensome type of vibe. Now, again, this doesn't have to be yours. This could be someone you're connected to as well. They might be going through a bit of a difficult time here. Just feels like a lot. Now, I do connect this card to physical vitality and energy. So for some Leos, maybe you're just feeling a little zapped or a little tired about something. Something might have your energy a little low, which is not always the case for Leo. Most Leos I know are pretty high energy. So just be careful for things like that. I mean, again, whether it is emotionally, mentally, just make sure you're taking time to take care of yourself and recharge the batteries. Specifically with this card, this is a huge card of needing some self-love, self-care. Okay? And for a portion of you, especially with the physical body, watch out for areas like the neck, back, and spine when this card shows up, because you might be holding tension there. But we're just going to leave it at that for now. I mean, yeah, a little heavy, but the good thing about that card is there's determination to keep pushing. I love that. But yeah, let's get into tarot. And I always say that first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful friends. What's going on? While we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled The Surprising Breakthrough, which is really nice. And that's an energy that could bleed over for a few weeks now. So if there's anything that's been a little gummed up or gunged up, this to me felt like an energy finally pushing its way through and coming in big. So for a lot of you, I hope you claim that. I hope that happens, whether it's financially, whether it's career, whether it's a personal connection. It to me just felt like something finally breaking through for you, which was really nice. But let's see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for the lovely Leos. Early December. What's going on? What is happening for my friends? Thank you. Okay. So we do have a calm, chill type of card right here in the front, and it is also Sagittarius season, so this could be important for us here when the Temperance shows out in position number 1. It's a nice card. I do like it. Let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more here. What do we have for Leo? Thank you. Okay. Devil right next to it. So this is like a yin-yang type of energy. Archangel Michael and the Devil card right next to it. So interesting how that energy shows up. It's like problem solution type of vibe, or there could be something you're going through where it has 2 sides. And just as I say that, the 2 of Wands shows up. So I think we have a bit of a complex one on our hands this week, Leo, and that's all good for me. But yeah, the energy to me, there's like a double-sided type of energy happening here. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, Elementally, yeah, there's a lot of fire here, and that could be very good, especially with what I saw for you last week. You know, I always look at the elements first. We have Archangel Michael, which is Sagittarius energy. Two of Wands, big fire. That's a comfortable energy for us fire signs. But we have this earthy devil card hanging right there in the center. And it also happens to be that these are the next two zodiacal months. So we might be seeing some important things popping up over the next couple months for the Leo collective. I don't want to get too intuitive just yet on it, but these energies are in stark contrast right there. And we got that Two of Wands where it's like, okay, it could go this way or that way. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Now, position number one, we are starting with Temperance. Beautiful. Now, depicted on Temperance is the Archangel Michael. I always say to me, this is a big card of spiritual protection, first and foremost. There's other big themes connected to this card as well. If you're not connected to Sagittarius, this could, in my simplistic style, represent what's happening in this current time at the time of the filming, which is Sagittarius season. So we'll want to definitely see more detail from this. But it's a card of patience, taking your time, laying off something. For a portion of you, you could be trying to curb certain habits, trying to curb certain behaviors, or there could just be something that you might find tempting that you're kind of just trying to leave at arm's length when this card is here. In its positive sense, it's like, okay, you're going to get what you want, but it might take a little bit of time. In its negative sense, the Temperance card could represent delays, problems, situations, similar to what the Devil has right next to it. A good thing about the Temperance card is that there's some sort of alchemy. And when I was seeing a breakthrough last week, and now we see Temperance here, notice he's pouring the water from cup to cup there. So it's like, all right, something's building up. Something's going to happen when this energy shows. But in the center, and we're going to have to keep an eye on this next card, we do have the Devil card. Now, for a portion of you, it could just be Capricorn energy, right? Whether you have Cap placements, whether it's someone you're connected to. But the Devil has a whole laundry list of different meanings if you're not connected to Capricorn. First and foremost, it is very planted, very similar to the Hierophant in that sense. So this could represent things, situations, problems that either you've dealt with them before or it's something you've been dealing with for a long time. I'm just going to list a few of the challenges connected to this card. It could represent toxicity in a connection. It could represent obsession. It could represent jealousy. It could represent all sorts of different problematic themes when this card is in the mix. And it's planted and it takes time to figure it out. It takes time to solve it. So hopefully you're not feeling like trapped. But again, when I see Temperance and the Devil, for some Leos, you might be very tempted by something in this time. Now, we're not going to go too far into it. The good thing about the Devil energy is that it does eventually break through, kind of like what I was seeing last week, but it takes time and effort. Okay, so like if there's something you're going through, you can't just put it out of sight, out of mind, and hope it resolves itself. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's not like one of those things where it's just going to magically poof and solve itself. Now, on the back end, we do have the Two of Wands, and it fits the theme. It's like we have light, dark, positive, negative. It's this yin-yang type of thing. And when Two of Wands shows up, it is literally a card of being at a crossroads. It's like I could go left, I could go right. This could go really well, this could be rough. And either way, it might take a little bit of time with these two cards presenting themselves. This card can also represent strategy and planning. I saw this in the Aries reading as well. So whether it's whatever, like what you're going through, you might need a step-by-step plan. I've been seeing that for the fire signs recently. Either that or maybe someone you're connected to, maybe they're planning something, very possible when the Devil's here. But I would also watch out for temptation of various kinds in this time. Okay, especially if you're trying to refrain from something. But yeah, there could be something that's up in the air. I want to dive deeper on all of it though, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What's happening for the lovely Leos? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Temperance. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Temperance time. What's happening? What is going on? Thank you. Queen of Pentacles. It's a firm foundation here, And that's the one big thing I'm seeing with all of these energies is they're not moving fast for whatever reason. So again, whether you're dealing with another person and they're a little stubborn, or it's just something where it's there and it's like this energy's here, it's there, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So this energy is pretty grounded. Now that could be good for some of you. I know Leo is a fixed fire sign, so you're an adaptable sign, but there's also a sense of like wanting a little bit of predictability in life. So for a lot of you, this could be a good thing. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is Earth energy, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, very similar to what we see here on the back end. She could represent big blessings in regards to money, finances, and career. So I love her right here in the front. This is the path to stability. This is something that is predictable. What you see is what you get. And I mean, of course, this could represent blessings and wins. Like, this is the most optimal path presenting itself. So if you're in whatever situation, like, to me, it's like, all right, well, there's an optimal path. This is my best case scenario, but we still have to see what that devil's talking about for sure. So I do like this grounded energy, but I will say this for a lot of Leos in this time, whatever it is you're dealing with, it might take a little bit of time to resolve and work through, because all this energy up front here, it's very slow. I mean, but good thing I saw a breakthrough for you last week. So hopefully these are things that have been slow. Let's keep moving. Great in regards to money and career and predictability. But we're just going to have to see why that devil's here. Okay, because there's positives. There's positives. There's a positive route. I like that. But that's not what I'm concerned with. So what's going on that devil? Why is the devil here for Leo? Please. What's going on for my friends? Nice, firm, standing energy. Yeah, I mean, watch out for false opportunities. There is a big temptation that could be coming in for a lot of you. And this could come, obviously, in the form of a conversation. When I see the Ace of Pentacles underneath the devil, it's like, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Or like, I'm going to dangle this in front of you. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So again, if there's certain things you've been trying to resist or refrain from, there could be big temptations coming in early December for you. Now, again, this could be a talk. I do feel for a good chunk of you, maybe this is, you know, addressing a problem or addressing a situation where it's like, all right, well, we already talked about this. We already figured out what's going on. It's like, but we're going to have to address it again and again and again. It's like having to continue to touch base on something, which is a little frustrating to me. So I feel a few different things here. And yeah, for some of you, it could be having to readdress or address a problem again, because this is a card of opportunity, but it's also a card of conversation. So those are the main messages I'm picking up there. You might have to address something again, and there's also big temptation possibly showing up, and beware of false opportunities. Okay, like just be very cautious if anyone comes in. Like, I feel like this energy, you should just check, double check, triple check anything new coming in at this time, because that is a caution right there. It's like, watch out for false opportunities. Watch out for someone that's a smooth talker. Let's keep moving. Let's see what that Two of Wands has. Then we'll do a quick recap. So it's like, all right, well, all earthy. I mean, this is fire, but these are slow moving fires. So the energy is there. It could be a little problematic there in the center, that's for sure. And it's like, here we go again. Now we got to touch base on this again. Why do we got to keep talking about this? But let's see why the Two is here. Okay. Tower in reverse. A little avoidance showing up right there. So yeah, Scorpio energy big time here when I see the Tower showing up in reverse. This could be a past Tower, and it's like, all right, well, I know better, or you know better. It's like, I know the warning signs. I know what to watch out for. I don't know why those energies are coming through, but when I see the Tower in reverse under the Two of Wands, it's like, I want to avoid a worst case scenario where I've been through a few things and I know what I need to avoid and I know what I need to do. So I feel like for a lot of Leos, whatever situations you're dealing with, whether good, rough, or indifferent, I feel like you kind of already have a roadmap, because we have a card of planning, but also the unplanned. Now, the Tower is very shocking. Okay, even in reverse, this is an energy of shock. It's an energy of upheaval. When it shows up in reverse, to me, I kind of read that as something that's already happened, or something that's like impending, like it's about to happen, but there's a familiarity with it for some reason. Okay, and there's also avoiding worst case scenario when this card shows up. But again, I feel like for a lot of Leos, it's like, you know what you have to do and you know what you shouldn't do. You know how you need to handle something. That's like the big way this energy is showing up, is because yes, of course, this could be something that pops up, a shocking thing, but I'm not getting a full-on push towards that energy, because I feel like you can navigate whatever the situation or problem is. That's just how it feels. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. The reading was very much up and down, even though we have like all this earthy type of energy. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have Temperance with the Queen of Pentacles. That energy is not moving too quick. It's very solid, stable, predictable. This feels like a very good option, path, or route. It's like, all right, what you see is what you get. It's really nice. There could be great energy surrounding career, work, business, all that stuff, but it's just predictable. Like this energy is like, I know what I'm going to get from this. Moving to the center, we have the Devil with the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. I did say beware of false opportunities in this time. I feel like it could be a problem or situation where it's like, I have to address this again. So there could be something, a big one, a small, you name it, but it's like, all right, well, I know what I have to do, and why do we have to keep coming back to this? It's like, why am I reliving this? And beware of temptation for sure when we see this energy, because it's very tempting. Moving to the back end, we have the Two of Wands with the Tower in reverse. You know how to navigate something. So when these energies, if they do present themselves and pop up, I feel like you know how to navigate it and you know what you need to do. So this doesn't feel bad to me. It's like, all right, well, I'm not really shocked by this, but I just feel caution could be necessary these coming weeks. Go towards the predictable, go towards the mundane. That's what I want to say. Like from what I'm seeing here, it's like, all right, just go for the mundane. Don't go for the new flashy, go for the predictable, and you know what to expect. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. Let's see what's in the shadows for my lovely Leos. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Let's get this shadow card going. What do we got? Nice and quick. Thank you. Four of Wands. Yeah. Even in the shadows, we have this energy where it's like a little planted. Okay. We have the Four of Wands. Now, this is the 1111 card. I love this card in the shadows because it does tap into that spirituality. It's a universal number. So for a lot of Leos, you could be seeing extra number signs and synchronicities whenever this card shows up. It does represent get-togethers. It's a card of win and victory. So if there is anything that's really trying your patience and you're like, oh, well, why won't this energy just move through? When I see the Four of Wands in the shadows, it's like, no, you will have your victory. This is a very celebratory card. The only thing I would caution you about is like group dynamics, like groups of people, like family, friends, co-workers. There could be an energy like around groups of energy affecting you. That's one thing I want you to be cautious about. But watch the signs from Spirit, because they're definitely trying to encourage you. And this is a very positive card to pull in the shadows because it's nice, solid, and stable, and celebratory, just really good. So yeah, Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you want Santa Claus to bring you this year for Christmas? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.